Palangga, so for today's video ay mag-i-English na naman tayo, ano? So pag-uusapan natin yung rule number 2 in English, no, in learning English. So rule number 2, if a noun indirect addressed is used in an imperative or interrogative sentence, a comma to show its independence separates it. Example, Neil, please bring my books tomorrow. So yung Neil is may comma after para ma-separate siya dun sa word na please. Ang word na please ay nagpapakita or nag-signify ng imperative sentence. No? Kasi ang imperative sentence ay it is a request or a command. So dito, sa sentence na to, it is a request. No? Sa imperative sentence, nasa request. No? So, Neil. So, sabi dito, if a noun in direct address is used in an imperative or interrogative sentence, a comma to show its independence separates it. Okay, para magkaroon ng independence yung noun doon sa imperative or interrogative sentence. Okay, explanation. Neil is a noun in direct address because it names the person spoken to directly. It is not the subject of the sentence. The subject of an imperative sentence is understood to be you. Ayan, so you ang usual or yung ano natin na understood na subject sa mga imperative sentences. The word Neil is separated from the rest of the sentence by a comma to show that it is used independently. The noun indirect address can also be situated at the end or at the middle of the sentence. Ayan. So, kung ang noun lamang dun si Neil. So, hindi siya yung subject talaga dun sa sentence na Neil, please bring my books tomorrow. Because sa imperative sentences, ang subject usually or ang subject na understood natin dito is always you. So, kaya ginamitan siya ng comma to separate or to show independence dun sa noun and then dun sa imperative sentence. Now, ang noun daw, addresses can be situated. Ang noun that it is addressed in rule number 2 could be situated at the beginning or at the middle of the sentence. So, let's have this. Please bring my books tomorrow. Neil. Ayan. Another. Please come tomorrow, Neil, and bring my books. Ayan. So, kung napapansin natin dun sa mga examples, meron siyang, or nakaseparate yung noun dun sa, nakaseparate ang noun dun sa imperative sentences by having comma or by putting comma in between. So, ayun, mapapakita na yung subject or yung sentence ay nasa imperative at na-isolate siya or na-separate siya by a comma dun sa noun na ginamit. Okay, a noun in direct address can also be seen in an interrogative sentence. So, ang noun dito, pwede din siya makikita natin sa interrogative sentence na same lang din yung yung noun na gagamitin natin na Neil. For example, Neil, did you bring my book? Ayan, so Neil, did you bring my book? Ayan, so that's the noun in direct address na under interrogative sentence.